Welcome in, everybody. This is game one of our doubleheader versus Cincinnati Christian, your University of St. Francis Cougars, entering today with a 3-10 overall record, 1-2 in the Crossroads League after that opening series versus Goshen. Cincinnati Christian comes in with a 3-13 overall record. They compete out of the River States Conference. They, too, are 1-2 in conference play. We'll read from our game day program put together by Sports Information Director Bill Scott. Says Cincinnati Christian Eagles are next challenge for USF. Cincinnati Christian University comes to the Ash Center World Baseball Academy for a non-conference doubleheader with the University of St. Francis today. This series was a late add to the USF schedule. The Eagles are 5-14 after a 4-3, 10 and a 10-1 winning sweep at West Virginia Tech on March the 7th. CCU is 1-2 against Crossroads League teams. It lost 10-2, then won 2-1 against Indiana Wesleyan. The Eagles lost 9-1 to Taylor. The Cougars look to get back in the win column after losing 4-2 and 10-8 against Goshen here on Saturday. CCU's Jared Siebert leads the Eagles with a .354 batting average in 16 games. USF's Jack Harris has climbed to number 5 in the Crossroads League batting with a .424 batting average. Tyler Prince leads USF in RBI with 9. Jack Harris has 8, and Tanner Gaff with 7. Speaking of Tanner Gaff, he had 6 RBI of those 7 in the series against Goshen College, where he was 3 of 9 from the plate with 2 walks, 4 runs scored, and 6 RBI. He had that big grand slam in the opening game of the series win, 10-2, this past Friday. Also swinging a hot bat is number 5, Jack Harris, the left fielder. He was 7 for 12 in the series with 3 runs scored and 2 RBI. Leading it off here for Cincinnati Christian will be Jared Siebert, the shortstop, along with Zach Mueller and Jackson Geisler. Siebert, with a .354 batting average, has 17 hits and 3 runs scored in 48 at-bats. 0 home runs, 3 RBI, 7 walks, 7 strikeouts. He's 3 for 7 in stolen base attempts. On the bump for St. Francis is Mike Vocelli, number 27. He has a 3.38 ERA in 4 games on the season. That first pitch will be in for a strike to Jared Siebert. Vocelli, with 8 innings pitched under his belt, he's given up 7 runs, only 3 earned, 5 hits, 12 walks, 7 strikeouts. Opposing batters are batting .185 against him, and he has hit 2 players on the season. So that's the righty, Michael Vocelli, wearing number 27 here in the Cougar blue home unis. Also have a white button-up version of the uniform. 1-1, your count to Siebert. Siebert is a senior infielder and pitcher from Independence, Kentucky, Holy Cross High School. Harold Wolf, the first baseman, chasing after it. That'll be out of play for strike number 2. Looking at Vocelli, he's a sophomore pitcher, 6'3", 220 pounds, from Tribuca Canyon, California, a transfer from Santa Rosa Junior College. So we love Santa Rosa Junior College here at the University of St. Francis in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where we're playing baseball here in middle March. Got our first games in earlier in the season. That was back in February against against Concordia. That was back on February the 22nd and the 23rd. The Cougars losing all 4 games in that series against the Cardinals out of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Full count to Jared Siebert, the leadoff batter. Siebert, once again, a team best .354 BA. He'll draw the walk. So leadoff batter at first base. And once again, Siebert is 3 of 7 in stolen base attempts on the season. That's going to bring up Zach Mueller, the catcher, number 30. I'm good. Zach Mueller is a freshman catcher, Sinclair High School. Checks that first one upstairs, ball 1. Mueller up in this count 1-0. That one fouled off his right leg. He'll be quick to get up. We'll even it up at 1 apiece. Other action going on in the Crossroads League today. It's Marion at Lindsey Wilson, Ohio Christian at Mount Vernon Nazarene, Indiana Wesleyan at IU Kokomo, Spring Arbor at Siena Heights, and Manchester at Taylor. Big shout out to Spring Arbor University. They'll be playing for the Men's NAIA Division II National Championship after beating Marion in the semifinals. Outstanding year for the Cougars out of Michigan. Last year, did not even make the national tourney. So Mueller gets thrown out at first after the bunt attempt that advances Jared Siebert to second base. With 1 out, your batter is Jackson Geisler. Geisler, the third best batting average at .239 on the season. 11 hits, 5 runs scored, and 46 ABs with 3 RBI, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. He's a perfect 5 for 5 stealing bases. Off-speed pitch, gets him. Strike number 1. Geisler's a sophomore outfielder from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The righty. Bocelli out of the stretch. Has Siebert at second base. Pitch upstairs for ball 1. We're evened up. 1 apiece after the fastball upstairs. Bocelli saw his first action back on February the 2nd, faced 2 batters, gave up 1 run, not earned, and a walk. Nice block by Nagy in the dirt. That'll keep Siebert at second base. 2-1 now the count. He pitched on the road back on the 16th against Cumberland's. Saw 14 batters, gave up 2 runs, just 1 earned, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. Most recently on the 23rd against Concordia, as that pitch will miss high and up. Against Concordia, he faced 10 batters, gave up 3 runs, just 1 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Three-one your count to the number 3 batter, Geisler. So he'll draw the walk. Runners at first and second now with 1 out. Second walk of the inning for Michael Bocelli. Just a sophomore. Brings up Cesar Bernal. Bernal with a 179 batting average, 7 hits and 39 ABs with a double, 2 RBIs, 7 walks, 9 strikeouts. No stolen bases on the season for number 18, who's playing third base in game number 1. That first pitch, a ball to Bernal. Another one upstairs. Bocelli missing high here in the zone to start this game. For St. Francis, we have Tanner Gaff at third base. Brady Harris at second. Tony Bova at Brady Harris at short. Tony Bova at second. Harold Wolf at first. Mikhail in right, as that's going to fall right in front of Frymuth. Runners will advance to second and third. First hit of the game here for Cincinnati Christian. And it goes to Cesar Bernal. Bases loaded, just one out for Sean Grider, the DH. Grider, a freshman from Greenwood, Indiana, went to Center Grove High School, the Trojans, out of Indianapolis. Grider sitting with a 111 batting average, 1 hit, 1 run scored, and 9 ABs. 2 walks, 1 strikeout on the season. For Grider, he's going to call for time. Bases loaded, just 1 out. Swung on and popped up. Right underneath it is Brady Harris, that shortstop, for out number 2. Pacelli trying to get out of a jam here with bases loaded, 2 outs. The number 6 batter is Drake Carmen. Carmen, a 107 batting average, 3 hits, 2 runs scored, and 28 ABs. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. For Carmen, who wears number 2. First pitch fouled away. Carmen, a junior infielder from Lebanon, Ohio. Edison State Community College is where he transferred in from. Cincinnati's Christian's last win was on March the 1st. Big swing and a miss there. 0-2's your count. That was against Midway out of Kentucky. They won it 3-2. They have 2 wins in the last 6 games. One of those, a 2-1 decision against Indiana Wesleyan, so that's a big victory. Beating the Wildcats. Wesleyan right now is 6-12 overall. So not the best overall record from our friends out of Marion, Indiana, competing in the Crossroads League. Nice day here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. About 44 degrees out. The scoreboard has a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Last time out for the Cougs was that 10-8 loss in 8 innings in the rain. It's past Saturday. Jack Harris 2 for 4 at the dish with a run scored. Tanner Gaff 2 for 4, 2 RBI, and 2 runs scored. Those 2 guys were your MVPs of the series. High chopper gets over Pacelli, but Bova's got it for out number 3. So Cincinnati Christian leaves 3 stranded as we head to the bottom of the 1st.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back here in the bottom of the 1st. Leading it off is going to be Brady Harris for the Cougs. Starting shortstop, and on the bump for Cincinnati Christian is Daniel Brenneman. Brenneman's a freshman pitcher from Fairland, Indiana, Morristown High School. Enters today with a 9.0 ERA. In 5 innings pitched, he's given up 5 runs, 4 of those earned, and 5 hits.
Let's go.
Brady Harris entering today with a 171 batting average. He was 2 for 11 with 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and a run scored in that series against Goshen. This count's evened up at 1 apiece. Harris, just a junior. Been starting at shortstop for an injured David Snyder.
Go, you can't see it.
Rips that ball into left center field, and that's problem for number 5 out in left field.
That's a hit, baby.
So that will be a hit for USF. That'll bring up number 5, Jack Harris. Already with the Duck in scoring position. Ducks on the pond for Jack Harris. 7 hits and 12 ABs in that series against Goshen. 3 runs scored, 2 RBI. Jack was phenomenal. Hitting the ball hard here in his junior season. 1-0's the count. Jack starting to solidify himself in the starting lineup here for head coach Dustin Butcher, who's in his first season as the skipper for the Cougs. That'll miss low and inside. 2-0 now to Harris.
Atta boy, Jackie.
Come in mid-inning.
Whenever. Yeah, whenever. Brenneman, the big freshman, don't have a height or weight listed. My guess would be 6'2", 225 pounds. So that'll be fouled off the backstop. 2-1 your count. Do have to apologize. After this weekend's games, a little bit of a cold here, but today's a much warmer day than what we had last Friday and Saturday here at the World Baseball Academy. We are expecting, so that'll be a called second strike there on the outside corner and low. We're expecting the temperatures to rise into the 60s tomorrow and Thursday, but that will also bring with it a lot of rain. And we will be welcoming back our Lady Cougar softball team. They have a game scheduled for this Friday at Westendorf Field. Full count to Jack Harris. Jack entering today with a .424 batting average. That's best for St. Francis. Ooh, gets plunked.
Hey, you like it right there.
Right on the left shoulder.
Hey, you must know you're working on your back.
So after the hit by a pitch, that brings up number 23, Tyler Prince. He was 3 for 8, 3 runs scored, 3 walks, and was hit by a pitch in that Goshen series. Prince, who was All Crossroads League honorable mention last year as a true freshman, entering today with a .316 batting average, 12 hits, 7 runs scored, and 38 ABs, 9 RBI, 12 walks, 8 strikeouts. He's a perfect 3 of 3 on the base pass.
Hey, come on, Princey.
He's a total threat to steal second base anytime he's on. So that became clear in that Goshen series. Watch out for the wheels from number 23. Checks that one all the way for ball 1. We do have live stats. If you can get on your Game Changer account, look up University of St. Francis varsity baseball. Out of play, 1 and 2 now your count.
Here you go, Princey. Stay down, Tanner. Let's
Prince battling at the dish. Let's again with the 1-2 count. ITT playing right next door. Coach Hirschberger in his second year there with the Titans. Good check upstairs for ball 2. Coach Dustin Butcher right now without the services of Dane Hoffman, the ace pitcher for St. Francis. Battling a little bit of an injury, hoping to get him back to head up the staff. Check swing. Gets him looking. Route number 1. Prince goes down looking. That'll bring up Harold Wolf. Wolf entering today with a .212 batting average, 7 hits, 5 runs scored, and 33 at-bats, 5 RBI, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. For Wolf, played a good first base in that Goshen series. He was 2 for 9 at the plate with a run scored and 2 walks against Goshen. That 3-game series. Take that first pitch upstairs for ball 1. A lot of speed on the base paths, and Harris at second and first. Brady Harris from Muncie, Indiana, and Jack Harris from Fort Wayne, Indiana. 2-0's the count to Harold Wolf. Last year was redshirted after transferring to St. Francis from Vincennes University. Played his high school ball up north in Kendallville, Indiana, at East Noble High School for the Knights. I believe the head coach at East Noble is Corey Jackway. I'll have to double check that one. Jackway was an NAIA Football Player of the Year in 2004 for St. Francis. He still holds state records as a running back at New Haven.
Come on, Harold.
3-1 the count to Harold Wolf. Hitting the gap's going to score Harris from second. Wolf, big cut, counts full now. 3-2.
Right back up the middle, big boy. You don't got to do too much. Just right back up the middle.
Outfield playing at normal depth here at World Baseball Academy Ash Center. Wolf draws the walk to load the bases. Both teams loading the bases here in the first inning. That'll bring up Tanner Gaff. If number 5 is swinging the hottest bat for St. Francis, the number 25 is on deck. Gaff has been outstanding here in his junior year at the plate. Takes that first one for a strike.
Come on, Tanner.
Tanner, a junior at 6'4", 220 pounds from Columbia City, Indiana, Whitco High School. Had a big collision at the plate with Goshen's catcher that goes 6'2", 230 pounds. No fireworks went off. That one fouled against the backstop, so 1-2 the count to Gaff. Tanner entering today with a .286 batting average, which is 5th best on the team. 6 hits, 5 runs scored, and 21 at-bats with 1 home run and 7 RBI, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Got 4 RBI and just 1 swing of the bat when he went opposite field over the left field fence for a home run, and that was in game number 1 against Goshen. Checks that for ball 2. We're evened up at 2 apiece. Gaff once again in that series, 3 for 9 at the plate, 2 walks, 4 runs scored, 6 RBI. Every time Tanner got to the plate, the scoreboard operator had to pay attention. No carpal tunnel formed after all the movement that Gaff was putting on the scoreboard. Trying to do it here with bases loaded. Gaff rips it, and that will be into left field. 2 runs going to come home to score. Brady Harris and Jack Harris as the RBIs continue to mount up for Tanner Gaff. Cougars up 2-0. So that will send Wolf to second base after the 2 RBI single by Gaff. Gaff now with 9 RBI on the season. Brings up Noah Frymuth. Takes that first pitch for ball 1. Frymuth was 2 for 9 in the Goshen series with 4 runs scored. Takes that pitch low for a strike. He also walked and struck out in the game. Noah, who was All Crossroads League honorable mention last year in his sophomore season, is batting .191 on the year. This ball ripped right at the shortstop, looking to turn 2. And this one thrown at the dugout. So just the lead runner aboard after the fielder's choice. On the 6-4. 2 outs. Wolf now at third base. That'll bring to the plate Mikhail McCowan. Mikhail 2 for 9 at the plate, 2 runs scored, an RBI, and 3 strikeouts. McCowan, along with Gaff, the only 2 players with a home run for the Cougars this year. McCowan, a .171 batting average, 6 hits, 7 runs scored, and 35 at-bats. 5 RBI, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts, 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts. 1-0 the count. Runners at the corners. Frymuth is off and running. No throw. Stolen base there for Noah Frymuth, who had a triple in game number 3 in that Goshen series, showing off his speed. Frymuth is now a perfect 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts on the season. Mikhail drills it into right field, right at the right fielder, Dubs, for out number 3. Cougs take the lead, though, 2-0 as we head to the top of the second inning.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Welcome back. In the top of the second here, we have Robert Ott, left fielder, Jarrett Casino, the first baseman, and Aaron Dubs, the right fielder. Dubs, who just had that last put out for Cincinnati Christian. Ott was not listed in last year's statistics because he's a freshman from South Holland, Illinois, De La Salle Institute. Takes that first ball in the dirt for ball 1. Ott with a .130 batting average entering today. 3 hits, 1 run scored in 23 plate appearances. 2 walks, 12 strikeouts. For Rob Ott, up in this count 2-0 against Michael Vicelli. Good pitch right at the knees for strike 1. Cincinnati Christian, once again, a part of that River States Conference. Ott buckled at the knees there for strike number 2. Rumors are that Mount Vernon Nazarene University wants to join that conference. To do that, they would have to leave the Crossroads League. Fly ball out to Jack Harris for out number 1. Brings up Jared Casino. Casino, a freshman from Toledo, Ohio, Cardinal Stritch Catholic High School. Second best batting average on the team at .250. 7 hits and 28 at-bats, 4 RBI, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts, and he's 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts. Casino up in the count 1-0. Cougar infield playing deep. In the middle of the infield with Harris and Bova. Tony Bova, the senior. Not too many seniors on this squad. 3-0 is the count. Dane Hoffman's a senior, the ace pitcher. Hoffman has 7.2 innings pitched under his belt. I want to say the last game he pitched in was the Concordia series. Coach Butcher really still trying to figure out who his 1-2 is going to be as we really start to get into the heart of the Crossroads League schedule. Up next for St. Francis in the Crossroads League is going to be Marian University on March the 15th, this Friday. Tomorrow we'll travel to Siena Heights to play a pair against the Halos. Check swing. Got him. First strikeout of the game here for Vicelli. Gets Casino swinging. Brings up Aaron Dubbs, number 25. Dubbs, a freshman. Batting 160 on the season. Takes that first pitch for a strike from Vicelli. Nobody at first, just 2 outs. Dubbs, 4 hits, 1 run scored, and 25 at-bats, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts, and he's 1 for 2 stolen base attempts. Short hop, blocked down by Gova, and fires to first base for out number 3. Tony Bova making a play out in the field. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Cougs up 2-0.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back here in the bottom half of the second. The Cougs going to lead it off with Tony Bova, Jacob Nagy. Then the top of the order, Brady Harris. So Tony Bova was 3 for 10, 2 RBI and a run scored in that series against Goshen. Good eye at the plate, taking that one upstairs for ball 1. Bova entering today with a .282 batting average for St. Francis. Will take first base. after the hit by pitch. Looked like that one hit him right on the right foot for Bova. That'll bring up Jacob Nagy. Nagy, who was 2 for 7 with 4 RBI in that Goshen series. How about that? 4 RBI, just 1 strikeout, 1 walk for Jacob Nagy. 227 batting average, 5 hits and 22 ABs with 4 RBI, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts on the year. Be fouled out of play. 0-1 to Jacob Nagy.
Sit in. Have a leg ready.
Once again on the bump, Daniel Brenneman. Runner is off. Bova with a stolen base, now with a team high 8 stolen bases for Tony Bova.
Will, can you do
Folks, remember, you want to get on our Twitter. Check swing, no. He's safe. 1-2's the count. You want to get on SF Cougars, our Twitter account, because we tweet all the highlights from today's game there. Like Tony Bova's 8th stolen base of the season was tweeted out. Or if you're on Facebook, go to USF Baseball. Not the South Florida baseball, but the St. Francis baseball team. We've got more posts than them. So you want to be with the Blue Cougars. Two hits, 0 errors for St. Francis. 1 hit, 0 errors for Cincinnati Christian. Ooh, Bova gets back after the big lead. Bova is not shy on the base pass, folks. To get in the head of the freshman pitcher, Brenneman. We saw that a lot in that Concordia series. Shortstop holding them on. That's Siebert, number 14. Nagy's still battling at the dish here. And that ball hit the umpire. What was going on with that? Can we get a replay? The pitcher might have gotten confused there on the peripheral, or that ball just got away from him. That might have hit the umpire. Nagy with the swing and a miss. So Bova at third. Brings up the leadoff batter, Brady Harris. Harris, who had a double in his first AB. Up in this count, 1-0. Swing and a miss. Harris also scored a run there in the bottom of the first. We're evened up at 1-1 with 1 out. Pitch misses upstairs. 2-1 now. Brady Harris wears number 20, junior outfielder. 6 foot 175, Muncie, Indiana, Cohen High School. Good volleyball schools, Cohen. Checks that one. 2-2 now the count. Really a good volleyball city is Muncie, Indiana. Known nationwide as Munciana volleyball. Off speed, misses low and outside. Good job by Harris with Bova sitting at third base, looking to add to this 2-run cushion. Cincinnati Christian did get an error on that throw by Brenneman, the pitcher, that went into the outfield. Runners are now at the corners after the walk by Harris. That'll bring up Jack Harris.
Hey, stay hot, Jackie.
Jack, who was hit by a pitch in his first AB and scored a run on the 2 RBI single by Tanner Gaff.
Well, Jackie.
Cougs in the dugout, just asking for Jack to stay hot. See if the double steal will be put on with Harris at first. Jack Harris checks that one upstairs. Ball 1. Brady Harris is 3 of 4 in stolen base attempts on the season. Got Bova at third with just 1 out. Pickoff would not be good. Double steal and a run scored would. For your Cougs, up 2-0 here. Harris is off. Pitch upstairs and the throw. Nowhere near in time. And a good eye once again at the plate by Jack Harris. Brady Harris with his 4th stolen base of the game, or of the year. Jack up in this count 3-0. Scoreboard here at the Ash Center has not been updating frequently. Jack taking all the way there for strike 1. 3-1 your count. Upstairs, Harris going to draw the walk as bases are loaded. Back-to-back walks by Brenneman. We got a timeout. Let's head into the bump. It's going to be John Taylor, who's in his 4th season. Skipper for Cincinnati Christian. We got a new pitcher coming in. We'll be right back with more Cougar Baseball here from the World Baseball Academy Ash Center.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back, everyone. Your new pitcher is number 8, Emmett Zimmerman, a freshman from Lucerne, Indiana, Carroll High School. I believe that's Carroll Flora. Great athletics at that school. First pitch is a ball. Zimmerman, 11.57 ERA and 9.1 innings pitched. 5 runs, 3 earned given up. Tyler Prince up in the count 2-0. Prince struck out looking in his first at-bat. That ball's drilled down the left field line. Bova comes home to score. Harris comes home to score. Jack Harris held up at third on the 2 RBI double by Tyler Prince. Cougs up 4-0. Timely hitting there by Tyler Prince. Now we have Harris at third. Brady Harris scores his second run of the game. Bova his first run of the game for Harold Wolf, who walked in his last AB. Just 1 out. Big cut by Wolf. USF now 4 runs on 3 hits, 0 errors. One, two's your count. Wolf's going to foul that one low in the zone. 2-2 now your count with 1 out to Harold Wolf. Got runners at second and third in this big bottom of the second. Bottom of the first was a big inning as well for the Cougar offense. 2-hop chop. It's flipped over to Zimmerman. But coming home to score will be Jack Harris as the Cougs go up 5-0. RBI there by Wolf. Now it's Prince at third for Tanner Gaff. Gaff takes that first one for strike number 1. Gaff with a 2 RBI single back in the first. Swinging the laser. Tanner Gaff at the plate. Lefty right down the left field line. That's going to score Tyler Prince. That'll be an RBI double by Tanner Gaff. Stand-up RBI double. Cougs up 6-0. It's got Emmett Zimmerman, just a freshman here for the Eagles. He's going to bring up number 33, Noah Frymuth. Grounded into a fielder's choice and stole a base back in the first. Ball in the dirt. Gaff's going to take third on the wild pitch. Daniel Brenneman went 1 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 2 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 strikeouts and 3 walks. As that one gets by the third baseman. That'll be an RBI single by Noah Frymuth. Cougs getting their 7th run of the game. Tanner Gaff comes home to score. That's his first run scored of this game. Brings up the 9th batter of the inning for St. Francis, Mikhail McCowan. Mikhail flew out to right field in his first AB. Just like we've seen all season long from him. He hit it sharply into right field. Cougs now with their 5th hit of the game. Mikhail, that one's hit down the left field line. Frymuth gonna come home to score. That's gonna be an RBI double by Mikhail McCowan. So he gets thrown out at third. Cougs get their 8th run of the game. Head to the top of the third. St. Francis up 8-0.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
Welcome back. Cincinnati Christian shortstop Jared Siebert to lead it off. He is their leadoff batter. That ball looks like it's going to stay in play. QB2, Harold Wolf. Can't come up with that one. 0-1's your count. QB2. So Siebert now with the 0-1 count. Two one now the count. Three one now to Jared Siebert, who walked and reached third base in his first at-bat. Takes that one down low in the zone for strike number 2, full count. Inside, Siebert's going to draw the walk with 0 outs. Back-to-back walks there for Siebert. That'll bring up Zach Mueller, who grounded out to Bocelli in his first AB. "1-0 is your count to the catcher, Mueller. Takes that for a strike. 1-1 now your count. Good stop by Nagy. Nobody going. 1-2 now your count.
Hey, you got it, 2-7.
So after Mueller draws the walk, we have runners at first and second for Jackson Geisler. Geisler, the center fielder, walked in his first at-bat. Cougs have played 7 games this year here at the World Baseball Academy Ash Center. 1 for 6 in those games. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1 from Vicelli.
Make an adjustment, Mike, young kid.
Second pitch for Jackson Geisler. Sophomore, one of the elder statesmen here for the Eagle squad. Check swing, that'll be ball 2. Vicelli, 2 innings under his belt, 47 pitches, has given up 1 hit, has 1 strikeout, 4 walks. Two and 1 now the count. Play a 7-inning game here in game number 1, then a 9-inning game in game number 2. Just catches his zone low for the second strike. Counts evened up at 2 apiece. Mueller, once again entering today at .206 batting average with 7 hits and 34 ABs. Fouls that off the backstop. Shelley from the stretch, runners at first and second. The 2-2, 0 outs, off speed. It's going to be fouled out of play. As Nagy tracks it down. On deck is Cesar Burnell, who had a single in his first AB. Shelley trying to work himself out of a jam here. As Nagy keeps that ball in front of him in the dirt. Full count. Be a good spot for a double play ball. Our courtesy runner is Fabian Ricks, the junior, from Emmerich Manual High School out of Indy. Cincinnati Christian has a total of 69 pitches so far in this game. St. Francis at 51. St. Francis has left 2 runners on base. Cincinnati Christian 3. That'll be out of play as Wolf tracks it down. Slight lead there at second. Nicely hit at first. Another walk. That's going to load the bases. 3 straight walks for Vicelli to start off the third. It's going to bring up Cesar Bernal. Bernal, a 179 batting average, 7 hits, and 39 at-bats entering today's doubleheader. Is 1 for 1 in this one, had a single. He's the only person so far to get a hit off of Vicelli. He's looking to swing up there. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1 your count. Trying to pad his RBI stats here. He's got 2 on the season. Could have 4 in this AB. Fouls off that second pitch, 0-2. Beautiful day here at the World Baseball Academy, where the grass is always green. Just up and in for ball 1. Cincinnati Christian sitting with 1 hit and 1 error under their belt for St. Francis. 6 hits, 0 errors, 8 spot on the board. Gets him looking with the breaking ball. Route number 1. Vicelli's second strikeout of the game. We'll bring up Sean Grider. Grider popped out to Brady Harris in his first AB, the shortstop for St. Francis. Big opportunity here with the bases juiced. Takes that first one upstairs for ball 1. Cougars looking to get out of the inning here with a double play ball. Anything hit up the gut. Wolf had an unassisted double play there in the Goshen series. That ball hit into shallow center. Frymuth, you see that ball just died on the surface, was not able to field it on the hop. That'll be an RBI single. By Sean Grider, second hit of the game. For Cincinnati Christian, it scores Jared Siebert, shortstop. Good piece of hitting there by Grider. That brings up Drake Carmen. Drake grounded out to Bova in his first AB. That ball hit into left. Harris is on it. Double play ball. As the runners will get back safely. 2 gone after the fly ball hit right at Harris. Harris did not come up throwing right away, was unsure of where that runner was at second. Once he realized he was halfway down the base path, chucked it over to second, not in time. Robert Ott now at the dish. Robert, the left fielder, who blocked by Nagy at the dish. 1-0 is your count. Ott popped out to left field in his first AB, back in the second. Here with bases loaded. His team down by 7. Good eye at the plate by Ott. 2-0, now your count. Robert Ott, once again from South Holland, Illinois. Pitch fouled out of play, 2-1 your count. The 2-1 from Vicelli. That'll miss upstairs. 3-1, now your count. Matt with 5 walks in this game, 2 strikeouts. The 1 run is an earned run that he's given up. Beautiful pitch. In for strike number 2. Full count now to Ott. Courtesy runner at third base, Fabian Ricks. Runners are off. Ott will draw the walk as Cincinnati Christian picks up its 2nd run. Ricks comes home to score. For Vicelli, that'll be his 4th walk of the inning. Brings up Jarrett Casino. Casino struck out in his first at-bat. Casino also with the team's 2nd best batting average at .250 entering today. Takes that first pitch for ball 1. That one finds the zone, 1-1 your count. This next pitch will be pitch number 70 for Matt Vicelli. Excuse me, that last one was pitch number 70. So St. Francis now with 1 more pitch than Cincinnati Christian so far in this game. That'll miss upstairs, 2-1 your count. Still, though, a 6-run lead, up 8-2. Well, a nice stop by Nagy, ball in the dirt. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Jarrett Casino. So the 3rd run comes home on another walk. Fifth walk of the inning for Vicelli. Geisler will come home to score. Coach Dustin Butcher with the conference at the mound. We'll be right back with more Cougar baseball here from the World Baseball Academy Ash Center.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
So, Coach Dustin Butcher getting his bullpen some more time there, as we're going to stick with Vicelli for Aaron Dubbs, the right fielder. Dubbs grounded out to Bova, the 2nd baseman in his first AB. Takes that first pitch low for ball 1. Second pitch misses upstairs, 2-0's count. Bocelli now with 76 pitches under his belt, 7 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 hits given up, 3 runs, all 3 earned. 2-1, now the count to Dubs. Two-hop chop over to Bova for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Cougs leading it 8-3.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome back. We have a new pitcher. It's number 9, Keegan Titmus, freshman from Grand Blanc, Michigan. Titmus with a 2.60 ERA on the season. That's in 5 innings pitched. He's given up 8 hits and 14 at-bats, 7 runs, 5 of those earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Opposing batters are batting .500 against him. Be Tony Bova to lead it off for St. Francis. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the 2nd in his first AB. Bova once again batting .300 in that Goshen series, 3 for 10 at the plate, 2 RBI and a run scored. For the starting second baseman, takes that first pitch for ball 1. Bova a .282 batting average entering today, and he picked up his 8th stolen base of the season.
Hey, stay up, stay up.
Bova, the 1-0. This is up and in, 2-0 the count. The pitcher, Titmus, just a freshman. Tons of freshmen on this roster. Very few seniors. Can say that for St. Francis as well. David Snyder, a senior, he's injured right now. Dane Hoffman, a senior, he's injured right now. Tony Bova, a senior, he's been playing well. He's gonna get hit again. That one, a little bit of a stinger for Bova. Matthew Vollmer, we should see him in game number 2, a senior. Kyle Zabarski, pitcher, he's a senior. Nick Zarzicki, and those are your seniors for St. Francis. So Tony Bova's been hit twice in this game. That'll bring up Jacob Nagy. Nagy, who struck out in his first AB. He had 4 RBI in that Goshen series. Bova always the threat to take second. Nagy goes up in the count 1-0. The 1-0 to Nagy. Hit and run was on. And Cincinnati Christian cannot come up with the pop fly foul. I was not able to see the play as my view is obstructed here, surrounded by players in the dugout. By the way, Cincinnati Christian not too happy with the failed attempt to get an out. 1-1's your count. That ball drilled by Nagy into left field. That's going to go off his left leg, went right through the wickets. Coming home to score is going to be Tony Bova on the RBI single, and E7. Cougs up now, 9-0, RBI for the catcher, Jacob Nagy. Tony Bova showing off the wheels there. Once it got right through the legs of Ott. It's going to bring up Brady Harris. And we got some substitutions going on here. Entering the game at first base is number 11. He'll come in for Casino. That's Jared Armstrong, the freshman. He's out of Mason, Ohio. And number 1's going to check in for Ott. That's Fabian Ricks, now playing left field.
Stay up. Come on, boys. Gotta get those back. Let's go. Stay up.
Oh, 1's your count now to Harris. Brady swung on, ripped into left field. Coming home to score will be the courtesy runner, Jordan Siddons, for the 10th run of the game on the RBI single by Brady Harris. Still 0 outs here. I'll bring up Jack Harris.
Good job, Siddons. Hey, stay up, boys. Let's go. Stay up. All right. Stay up.
Brings to the plate Harris, who's going to check that first pitch for ball 1. Jack was hit by a pitch in his first AB, walked in his second. He's got 2 runs scored in this game. Brady Harris at first with no outs. 2-0 now the count.
Thanks, Bo. How you feeling? Feel good? Better be back in there.
3-0 now the count to Harris. Good eye at the plate. Runners at first and second now, as Harris has reached base safely in every single at-bat. So too has Brady Harris. Prince had a double and scored a run back in the second inning. First pitch is a strike to Prince. Counts evened up at 1 apiece now to Tyler Prince. Prince also plays first base here for the Cougs, DHing in game number 1 of our doubleheader. That puts Wolf out at first base and Gaff at third. Or you can start Prince at first, DH with Gaff, and put Caden Sullivan at third. But this lineup right here is probably the most powerful for St. Francis, having Gaff at third, Prince DH, and Wolf at first. Counts evened up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Titmus, the righty, gonna miss upstairs. Full count. Do not have a height or weight for Titmus, but it looks like he goes about 6'40". Excuse me, 6'4", maybe about 260. Prince checking all the way there. We got bases loaded after the walk. Brings up Harold Wolf. Not much I can do about this flickering. This is the only facility in Fort Wayne that this happens at. They're going to console the pitcher. It's not been easy here for Cincinnati Christian on the bump. Cougars up 10-3 here in the bottom of the third. Bases loaded for Harold Wolf. Walked in his first AB. Grounded out in his second. That went down the left field line, just beyond the outstretched reach of the left fielder. Brady Harris and Jack Harris going to come home to score on the 2 RBI single by Harold Wolf. For Wolf, that's his 3rd RBI of the game. Jack Harris, that's his, and Brady Harris, each with 3 runs scored in the game. That'll bring up Tanner Gaff.
I was like, get that.
That ball drilled right at the second baseman. And that'll be a double play. We're going to head to the top of the fourth inning. Cougs up. 12-3.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance.
So Cincinnati Christian gets out of a jam there with the 4-6-3 triple play. Don't see that very often. Your batter's leadoff hitter, Jared Siebert, shortstop. The 1-1 count. Siebert walked and scored a run back in the third, walked back in the first, hits that ball into right field for a leadoff single. That'll bring up Zach Mueller, the catcher. Two hits, 2 errors for Cincinnati Christian. Nine hits, 0 errors for St. Francis. Up 12-3. Zach Mueller fouls off that first pitch. 0-1's the count. He's 0 for 1 in this game after grounding out to the pitcher, Bocelli. He walked back in the third and scored a run. 0-1 to Mueller. Goes down to get that one. It's drilled to right center field. Mikhail McCowan cannot catch up to it. Mikhail, and that's going to be bobbled by Bova. So back-to-back hits for Cincinnati Christian. Coming home to score from first was Jared Siebert. So Mueller with an RBI triple. Fourth hit of the game for Cincinnati Christian. We'll be right back after this mound visit.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, you know, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting me up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Entering the game for St. Francis, number 77, Anthony Ward Jr. The lefty, he's a junior, 5'10", 180 from Willow Wick, Ohio. Lakeland Community College transfer. He's got a 10.80 ERA. In 1.2 innings pitched, he's given up 2 runs, both earned, 2 hits, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Opposing hitters are batting .333 against him. First pitch is fouled off by Jackson Geisler, center fielder. Geisler's got a runner at third, and that's Zach Mueller after his RBI triple scored Siebert for Cincinnati Christian's 4th run of the game. Check swing went around. 0-2 is the count. Once again, a beautiful day here at the World Baseball Academy. Ash Center. Not that far away from USF campus.
Hey, be careful with ankle injury, though.
Say about 3/4 mile away. 1-2 is your count after the pitch misses upstairs. St. Francis, 12 runs, 9 hits, 0 errors. 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for Cincinnati Christian. That ball is drilled into left field right at the line. Jack Harris makes the grab. That'll be a sacrifice fly for Jackson Geisler. Mueller scores his 2nd run of the game. That's going to bring up Cesar Bernal, who struck out looking in his last AB. He had a single back in the 1st. Swings at the first pitch. This one drilled into left center field. Frymuth tracking it down, catches it on the run for out number 2. Nicely driven ball there by Bernal. It's going to bring up number 28, Sean Greider, the DH. He had an RBI single back in the 3rd. Popped out to the shortstop back in the 1st. It's Ward Jr. on the bump. Ward seeing some significant action here, entering today with 1.2 innings under his belt. Slow roller over to Bova, and that'll be an E4. First error of the game here for St. Francis.
You're good, 13. You're good, kid. You're good, Tone. The next one, babe.
That'll bring up Drake Carmen. Carmen 0 for 2, grounded out to the second baseman and flew out to the left field in his first 2 ABs back in the 1st and 3rd. Cougars had a 1-2-3 inning back in the 2nd. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. Ward just misses low. 2-0's the count. Ward setting up there on the left side of the rubber. That big high kick for strike number 1. 2-1's count. Runner at first here with 2 outs. That one right off the end of the bat. Coming right at us. 2-2's your count. Full count now to Drake Carmen. Pitch misses inside for first walk of the game here for Ward Jr. February the 15th was the last time that Anthony pitched. That was at Cumberland's. In 6 at-bats, he gave up 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Batter now is Fabian Ricks. This will be his first at-bat of the game after taking over for Ott, left fielder. Ricks, a 136 batting average, 3 hits, 3 runs scored, and 22 ABs. Entering today, 1-1's the count. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. That's ripped right down the right field line. McHale feeds it cleanly, does slip on the throw. So 1 run gonna come home to score. The RBI single by Fabian Ricks. It's going to bring up number 11, Jared Armstrong. This will be his first AB in this game. Armstrong, .083 batting average, 1 hit, 1 run scored, and 12 ABs. Checks that first pitch low for ball 1. Five hits in this game now for Cincinnati Christian. Beautiful pitch, 1-1's the count. Five hits, 2 errors for Cincinnati Christian, 9 hits, 1 error for St. Francis. Two-1 the count after the pitch misses outside. Another one upstairs. 3-1's count. Ward taking over for starting pitcher Michael Vicelli. Vicelli with 3 innings pitched gave up 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 2 strikeouts, 7 walks. Bases are loaded after Armstrong draws the walk. That'll bring up Aaron Dubs. 0 for 2 in this game with 2 groundouts.
Everyone, 7 punches, okay, you good, have confidence.
Both of his groundouts were to the second baseman. 0-1's the count.
Stay there, Ward. Go, son. There it is. Way out front, baby. Let's get it.
Off-speed pitch. Catches the zone for strike 2. Ward 2 outs, bases loaded. 0-2 count.
Take a peek, 7, right here.
A nice job by Nagy keeping that ball in front of him. Big catcher is Jacob Nagy at 6'2", 230. Three-hop chop over to Bova, unassisted for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Cougs up 12-6.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless,
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Well, we got a new pitcher. It's number 16 for Cincinnati Christian. That's Jared Ellerman, a freshman pitcher from Batavia, Ohio, Goshen High School. Doesn't look like Ellerman has pitched this year. Oh, there he is. A 10.80 ERA and 1.2 innings pitched. He's given up 2 runs, 2 hits. On the season. Batter's going to be Noah Frymuth, junior center fielder. 1 for 1 in this game with an RBI single and a run scored back in the 2nd. 12-6 is your score in game 1 of this doubleheader. 0-1's your count. We're even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Frymuth playing a really good center field this year, solidifying himself as a starting center fielder. Last year, I think he mostly played left. He had Keaton Sullivan in center field last year for the Cougs. Keaton could play just about anywhere. Not just about, he could. So that's fouled out of play.
Hey, dugout, let's go, come on. Anyway on here. Come on, Fry! 1-2,
the count to Noah Frymuth. Cougs up by 6.
Nip, you did it. Baby, I want to hear it.
6-5-2 for Cincinnati Christian, 12-9-1 for St. Francis. That ball lined into right field.
Come on, Mick. Come on, Mick.
Leadoff batter aboard here for Mikhail McCowan. Mikhail with an RBI double in his last AB also flew out to right field. He's 1 for 2 in this game.
Yeah. Good job, Fry. Yeah. Nice pop-up slide, buddy.
Frymuth takes second on the wild pitch. Good job by the catcher. Keeping that ball in front of him. That's Mueller behind the dish. Right, down the pipe for strike number 1. 0 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Mikhail, just a sophomore, starting right fielder. That'll miss low and inside for ball 2. Mikhail and Tyler Prince went to the same high school, Bishop Lewis High School. Frymuth, he went to the rival high school here in Fort Wayne, Bishop Dwenger. 3-1's your count. Jack Harris also from Bishop Dwenger High School. So both schools well represented. Dwenger's got the juniors, Lewis got the sophomores here. Mikhail's going to draw the walk. Going to bring up number 13, Tony Bova. He's from Anderson High School. It's out of Anderson, Indiana. Used to be the training ground for the Indianapolis Colts. Not anymore. They've moved locations.
Let's go, Tone. Come on, kid.
First pitch to Bova falls in for a strike. Bova's been hit by a pitch in his first 2 ABs. He also scored runs in both those ABs. He's got 2 runs scored. He's been hit twice.
Hey, baby Mick.
The first time it hit his right foot. He was trying to get out of the way. The second time it hit him in the left shoulder. One and one's a count to Bova. Bunt is laid. Beautiful bunt. No play there for the pitcher, Jared Ellerman, as we've got bases loaded. That'll bring up Jacob Nagy. That ball, ooh, just got away from the shortstop. Did a good job stopping the ball, just flew right out of his mitt. Noah Frymuth comes home to score for 13th run after the RBI single by Jacob Nagy.
Hey, wow, there you go. If you didn't hit that so hard, you might not drop. Transfer.
Brings up the leadoff batter, Brady Harris. Harris has scored in all 3 of his at-bats. 2 for 2 with a single and a double, stolen base and RBI. So Nagy, they're going to give that an E6 on his last AB. Still gets the RBI. That ball's going to fall. McCown comes home to score on the RBI single by Brady Harris, his second RBI of the game. McHale scores his first run of the game. Siddons advances to second. He's the courtesy runner. Jack Harris at the plate. Still 0 outs. Jack gets hit. That'll score Bova, put Siddons at third. For Tyler Prince. St. Francis now 12 hits.
On base percentage, Jackie. Right.
One and one, your count now to Prince. Waiting on the off-speed pitch was Prince into right field. That'll be out number 1. Coming home to score, it's going to be Jordan Siddons. And the sacrifice fly by Tyler Prince. So runners at first and third with 1 out for Harold Wolf. That is a shot over the left fielder's head. Harris comes home to score. RBI double by Harold Wolf. Scores Brady Harris. Brings to the plate, number 25, Tanner Gaff. Not sure if Cincinnati Christian has many more arms left. This is their 4th pitcher in as many innings.
Where are you at?
2-0's the count now to Gaff.
Go get loose. Hey, if Frymuth gets up, you'll go to center.
Three of the count. Jordan Siddons, the courtesy runners, already got 2 runs scored in this game. The 3-1, and Gaff will draw the walk. Cougars now have batted around the order with bases loaded. That'll bring up Noah Frymuth again. Frymuth swings at the first pitch. That's into shallow right field. That could be trouble there for the second baseman, who does come up with a snag for out number 2. That'll bring up Mikhail McCowan, his second AB of the inning. McCowan, who walked and scored a run, is 1 for 2 in this game. He's 1-1 in this count. Remember, folks, you can check out all the highlights from today. They get 1 and 2 after the swing and a miss. At SF Cougars, our Twitter handle, or at USF Cougars or USF Baseball on Facebook, our Facebook fan page. Gaff's at first, Wolf's at second, Jack Harris at third. McCowan right off the handle into center field. Center fielder can't find it. So 2 runs going to come home to score. On the 2 RBI, E8. Jack Harris comes home, along with Harold Wolf. Gaff's now at third. See what the official score was. Your batter now is Tony Bova, number 13. Off-speed pitch, thrown in for a strike. They're going to call that a double by Mikhail McCowan. Bova gets hit again, 3rd time. He's 1 for 1 in this game with 3 runs scored. Two outs. First pitch is called a ball here to number 12, Jacob Nagy. Out for out number 3. Cougars doing some damage. Up 19-6. So we head to the top of the 5th.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back here in the top of the fifth. Cougars 19-14-1, 6-5-3 for Cincinnati Christian. And it's going to be Jared Siebert to lead it off. Siebert, who led off the game, led off the third, fourth, and now the fifth inning. Last two innings, 18 Eagles have come to the plate, 9 in each. It's Anthony Ward Jr. on the bump. So that first pitch will be a strike to Siebert. And that one gets right past Gaff. Leadoff single. Siebert's now 2 for 2 in this game with 2 runs scored. Brings up Zach Mueller, number 30. Jack Harris, who scored in every single AB today, was hit by a pitch twice and walked twice. That's going to end his hitting streak. Bova, nice flip over to Caden Sullivan. 4-6-3 double play. That'll bring up Jackson Geisler.
Looking smooth, Kev. Give me a high five tonight. High five. That's all you got.
And that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down. That's what we like to see as we head to the bottom of the fifth.
Hey, you don't got to do dirty like that.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Bro, dude, could you use your Z-bar?
New noodle. Aiden. Let's go.
Leading off here for St. Francis, number 21, Caden Sullivan. This will be his first at bat of the game. Solly's batting for Brady Harris here in the bottom of the fifth. 13 batters saw the plate for St. Francis there in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch misses low to Sullivan. Caden with a 192 batting average entering today's game. He's just a sophomore. 5 hits, 2 runs scored, and 26 at-bats with an RBI, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and he's 2 for 2. And stolen base attempts, 1-1's your count. That one's popped up into left. Route number 1. That'll bring up Jordan Siddons, left fielder. Coming in the top half of the inning for Jack Harris. Siddons, this will be his first at-bat of the season. The primary courtesy runner here for Dustin Butcher.
Yeah, out there, that makes sense. It's real out there, dude. Like, hey, that
I'm playing for tenor.
Big swing and a miss. First strikeout of the game here for number 17, Mark Walters. Two up, 2 down. That brings up Tyler Prince. Pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. Walters at 94.50 ERA in 1.1 innings pitched. That ball's drilled into left center. Route number 3. We head to the top of the 6th. Cougars up 19-6.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Crawl. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back here in the top of the 6th. It's Anthony Ward Jr. on the bump for St. Francis. Anthony, so far in this game, 2 innings under his belt. He's given up 2 hits, 1 run, 0 earned runs, and he has 2 walks, 0 strikeouts. And in right field for St. Francis, 6'6" David Miller. New batter is number 36, batting for Caesar Burnell. Don't have a 36. 36 looks like it's Johnson. Do not see Johnson. Big swing and a miss. Michael Johnson, 0 for 1 on the season. 1-2 your count. Big cut. Ward gets his first strikeout of the game on the swing and a miss. That's going to bring up number 28, Sean Greider. The pitch just misses low.
Last inning, he started getting into that.
1-1 your count with 1 out here for Ward.
Hey, that's a good miss, Sevens.
I'll miss down low for 2-1. Anthony Ward with a 1-2-3 inning back in the 5th. Came in the 4th with 0 outs. All 9 batted in the 4th. Tanner Gaff with the 5-3 for out number 2. 5 up, 5 down now for Ward. That's going to bring up number 2, Drake Carmen. He's 0 for 2 in this game with a walk. First pitch will miss high and outside. 1-0 is your count. Playing first base is number 8, Will Zeller. Junior from Defiance, Ohio. Took an injury redshirt year last year for St. Francis. 2-0's the count. Second base is number 55, Tanner Barrett. That ball's drilled down the left field line. It's foul. And stuck in the mud. Yeah, that'll be a new ball. The outfield goes from frozen to mushy. Justice Tussing out in center field. Jordan Siddons out in left. Caden Sullivan at short. Caden's brother, Keaton Sullivan, started his career at shortstop for St. Francis. 3-1's your count. Drake Carmen. It's another one into the bullpen. That one did not stick in the mud. That took a high bounce. We go through a lot of baseballs during these series. (19-6) your score. Definitely not a misprint. Carmen draws the walk with 2 outs. That'll bring up Fabian Ricks. Ricks had an RBI single in his last AB, his only AB of the game. First one to Ricks, misses inside for ball 1. Before today's game, counts evened up at 1 apiece. Before today's game, the most runs Cincinnati Christian had given up was 15 against Midway. That was back on the 2nd of March. Gave up 10 against Indiana Wesleyan in the 10-2 loss. Gave up 13 to Martin Methodist in a 13-2 loss, and 11 to Martin Methodist in an 11-3 loss. Most runs they've scored on the season is 4 in a 4-3 win against Martin Methodist. So it's a game of first here for Cincinnati Christian. Swing and a miss as Anthony Ward picks up his 2nd strikeout of the game. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, 19-6, St. Francis.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Welcome back. Leading it off is going to be the first baseman, number 8, Will Zeller. Zeller, this will be his first plate appearance on the season. And that'll be his first hit of the season. Zeller right up the gut. He'll be batting 1,000 on the season. That's going to bring up number 54, Nick Zarzicki. Zarzicki batting for Tanner Gaff. Oh, 1 count to Zarzicki. He's had 3 plate appearances, 0 for 3 with 1 strikeout on the season. Down in this count, 0-2. Get the sidearm delivery from Mark Walters. That'll bring up Justice Tussing. Tussing a .235 batting average entering today. 4 hits, 3 runs scored, and 17 ABs. Swings at that first pitch into right field. Ricks underneath it for out number 2.
Let's go, David!
I'll bring up Dave Miller, 6'6" right fielder. Big donkey. Big cut there by Miller. 0-1's your count. Walters is a senior from Verona, Kentucky, as Miller is going to get a hit into center field. Zeller all the way to third. Two outs, runners at the corners for number 55, Tanner Barron. "19 runs, 16 hits, 1 error for St. Francis." The first pitch will miss low and outside to Tanner Barron. He's a freshman from Crown Point, Boone Grove High School. Checking a called first strike.
Hey, stay back, Barron.
1-2 now the count to Barron.
You're on it, Flash. Head on it, Barron. Here we go. How come up there? I think it was down there, man. It's a light.
Walters once again a senior. Entering today a 94 ERA. Gave up 14 runs in 1.1 innings pitched. 2-2 your count. Barron, the chopper over to short. They'll get Miller out at second. We'll head to the top of the 7th, 19-6, St. Francis.
I got first, Barron.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team.
I mean, I always had my family behind me, I always had my team behind me, but to have staff that wanted the best for me and to get me feeling better the quickest was really reassuring.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back. It's Anthony Ward Jr. still on the bump for St. Francis. Anthony, after that first inning, really been doing well. He's got 3 innings pitched under his belt. He's only given up 2 hits. 1 run that was unearned. 2 strikeouts, 3 walks for Anthony Ward. It's Jared Armstrong walked in his first at-bat
Good at math, are you?
for the Eagles. Take that first pitch down and low for ball one. Another one low. 2-0's the count. Anthony Ward Jr., a junior pitcher. Fouled away, 2-1. Jared Armstrong, another freshman from Mason, Ohio. Cincinnati Christian. I believe their athletic department's fairly new. And that's going to get past Siddons out in the center. Looking at baseball-wise, ...2010 was their first year recorded for baseball stats. Leadoff double there by Armstrong. Brings up number 10, pinch hitter, Tyler Durham, senior. Oh, 1-0 the count. Durham's a senior. He's up in this count 2-0. Durham, a .222 batting average, 2 hits, 1 run scored, 9 at-bats, 2 RBI, 5 strikeouts on the season, 3-0. And then it'll be the top of the order. It's going to be number 23 to hit, Aaron McDaniel.
Is Deacon's down there?
Yeah, he is.
Runners at first and second now with 0 outs.
Let's go, Ward. McDaniel, his first at bat in this game. Checks that high and outside. Ball 1. Ball in the dirt, ball 2.
Come on, Ward.
McDaniel 0 for 6 so far on the season with the big cut.
Hey, Wardo, he ain't gonna get you back. Let's go.
He's a freshman from Bradenton, Florida. Inspiration Academy, where he last played ball.
Hey, dude, I don't know what you do, but how about you don't take a cup of water and throw it on the ground? Oh, you're spitting on me. I don't see any wasting water.
2-2 now, the count to McDaniel.
What you did before the game.
McDaniel waited on it.
That ain't gonna happen.
Tony, you got big lips.
Oh, it didn't curve.
McDaniel again.
Yeah, I've been messing up today.
Checks that one in the dirt. We got a full count. Ward trying to finish off this game. His team up by 13 runs.
Yeah, in the Rio Grande.
Ward gets him looking. Third strikeout of the game for Anthony Ward. One out. That is going to bring up number 20, another pinch hitter, Andrew Chafin. He's a senior from Erlanger, Kentucky. Transferred to Cincinnati Christian from UNOH out of Lima. 1-0 is the count.
Maybe one day.
Chafin checks that one upstairs for ball 2.
Here we go, Ward. And let's roll on your middle.
Chafin 2 for 14 on the season with a run scored, batting 143. Down in this count, 1-2.
Or Caden, where Tuscan just flip it.
That ball hit into shallow center field. Jordan Siddons blocks out the sun. And they get the lead runner out at second. So number 20, Chafin, going to reach first on the fielder's choice.
I'm going to be real with you. He's really not, Fry.
That'll bring up number 7, Jackson Geisler. Geisler started this game. He's 0 for 1 with a run scored, 2 walks, and a sacrifice RBI. That was back in the 4th. He's having one of the better days at the plate for Cincinnati Christian. Big cut. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Two 2-1 now the count to Geisler.
Here you go, Ward.
It's fouled out of play to even the count up at 2s. It's Nagy blocking the ball in the dirt. Three balls, 2 strikes. Geisler draws the walk. That's his 3rd walk that he's drawn on the day. Bases are loaded. Number 36, Mike Johnson, takes that first pitch for a strike.
Go, Ward, I'm out.
It's Armstrong at 3rd, 0-2 the count. Pitch will miss upstairs for Ward. One pitch away from ending this one. Cougars trying to pick up their 4th win of the season. Swing and a miss. So that will do it. As the Cougs will take game number 1, 19-6. Folks, we'll be right back with you. We'll end this broadcast, and we'll be back with game number 2.